So, good morning. It is September 27th, and it's about 6:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Dee and I are on the highway from the hotel. We're headed to Cincinnati Children's Medical Center, and we are going to have a whole bunch of testing today. This is our second consultative visit for Legacy. It was a bit of a battle to get on the camera this morning because I was going to use this time for personal reflection and just to send some positivity to my uterus and my son. But I figured I should probably say a little something before we got to the hospital. Our first test this morning is going to be a fetal MRI, which is cool because I'm tired, and the last time we came down for a visit, I think that they told me I was their only patient ever to fall asleep in the MRI machine. For those of you who have ever had an MRI or been present for an MRI being done, you know the machine is extremely noisy. And I was able to sleep right through it, which concerns me for Legacy's sake because I might sleep right through some crying nights. It's going to take D. Jones to get those ones. D. Jones is behind the steering wheel. Say hi to the camera.
Hello. I feel some sort of way about having to go through all this and do all this, but now that I have to, I'm glad that I'm doing it with you.
First sweet words of the day. At 6:18 in the morning, ladies, get you some. Hello all. So we return looking a little different than before. We've completed our visit to Cincinnati, and we are now on our way to Athens, Ohio. Dysfunctional Family is having an album release party tonight. My birthday is this weekend, so we are going to participate in that. Gonna be my last bona fide show. D. Jones's last bona fide show before Legacy is born, and Legacy's first show in Athens. We got a lot of other news today that we want to share with you all. But tonight is about celebrating the blessing of becoming parents, and also that I came into the world 35 years ago, right around now.
I think that it's very important for us to have this experience to couple with the experience of earlier today, and it's because we need to keep in mind that we have a lot of things to celebrate, and we have a gift to give, and this is all about gift giving right now. And so I'm very happy that we could balance out our day with our night, and I hope that we have a good time.
So, after having an MRI, an echocardiogram, ultrasound, and a discussion with a genetic counselor, we did find out that Legacy's lung development is still very compromised. His left lung is doing considerably better than his right lung, which is very, very small. It has been determined that Legacy is going to definitely have to have the ECMO procedure, which is when they put him onto a breathing machine, and they also make sure that he does not end up with severe hypertension in his lungs. They want to make sure his blood pressure basically doesn't raise with his lungs. We also found out that he's definitely going to have the second procedure to place his organs back into his abdominal cavity and to repair the hernia. He'll probably be on the ECMO machine for around 2 weeks, maybe a little bit longer than that, but not too much longer than that because it's not very beneficial after a certain period of time. They've determined that they're going to have to do a third surgery to repair his intestines and his stomach to make sure that he doesn't end up with severe reflux issues. It's not very uncommon for this procedure to have to be done to babies whose stomach and intestines have slipped into their chest cavity as well. Legacy's stomach is in his chest cavity, his liver is in his chest cavity, as well as some of his intestines, his spleen, and some of his bowels. So it's a relatively severe case of CDH that he has. He's also battling with a condition called heterotaxy, and that means that because of shifting into his chest cavity, his organs are in reverse. They are all in the opposite sides of where they're supposed to be. Oddly enough, they think that this is probably a benefit to Legacy, especially with having to have the reflux surgery. So, all of those are things that he's going to be contending with at birth. Another thing is that we intended originally to be heading down, for me to be heading down to Cincinnati on a permanent basis around the 36-week mark, and they have determined that it will probably be better for me to come down around the 34-week mark. As you'll remember, we stated that Legacy cannot have any procedures done, or cannot have the ECMO procedure until he is 34 weeks. So we were striving to make it to 34 weeks. However, my amniotic fluid is a bit high, and he's getting big and heavy. So they seem to believe, though his due date is assumed to be correct, that he's going to come earlier. If his due date is correct, the average baby weighs around 3.5 pounds right about now, and Legacy is over 5 pounds now. So we happen to think that that's a good thing. The doctors are not opposed to that being a good thing because the bigger he gets, the healthier he is in utero, the better his chances of fighting once he is born. We also found out that we're going to have a cesarean section if we want to deliver him at Cincinnati Children's Medical Center. I do have the option of doing a natural childbirth, but it would have to be at Good Samaritan Hospital in Cincinnati, and they would then transport him to Cincinnati Children's. We don't think that that's a good idea. We want him to have all of the resources necessary to help with his survival right on hand at his birth. So at this point, it's just a determination as to which type of cesarean I will have. One of the cesarean sections is called the exit emergency cesarean, and they would actually put me very far under and keep Legacy attached to the placenta and umbilical cord while they do the ECMO procedure on him. If there is a greater risk for me in regards to that surgery, but we also have to make it to 38 weeks in order for that procedure to be possible. So we don't know if we're going to make it to 38 weeks because he's gunning to get big now. So we'd have to wait and see. Otherwise, it would just be a standard cesarean, and they would do the procedure as soon as he's born. We think that it's really very important for everybody to continue with their positive thoughts, their prayers, and keeping us in your most heavenly thoughts. It's very, very serious that we need everybody to understand that we need that. However, we also need everybody to understand the reality of the situation. In regards to statistics and percentages, the reality is that if Legacy makes it through his initial procedures, the doctors are giving him approximately 40% of a chance at survival. Derek and I determined really early on that 40% is far better than 0%, and so we're going to fight. In regards to my having to go down to the hospital a lot sooner, we're feeling like it's necessary to put the push out there. We want as many of you guys to know Legacy and to, understand how much he means to us before he is born in case anything happens in regards to his survival. We do need you to understand that we cannot trivialize this. CDH is a serious condition, and though it is extremely common, not a lot of people know about it, and a lot of people don't understand the seriousness of it. It's not an easy fix. The potential for his survival is very compromised. Even if he does survive, if Legacy does survive, he could have very long standing side effects, which would create great difficulty for him both in his present and future. For the sake of not getting too emotional, I don't want to go into it too deeply, but we we love our son and we want nothing more than for him to survive, but we also understand that you can't bargain with God and you cannot bargain with the universe. So I guess the best thing that we've gained in the time that we've been pregnant, the best understanding that we've garnered from it is that as a parent, you do not have any control over the path that your child takes. Uh, we will not be able to take any credit if Legacy does survive, and we certainly can't take blame if he does not. But this is an investment we feel is necessary to make. We want to try to work for his survival as opposed to giving in to simply letting him pass away through comfort care. We love you guys so much for all of the support that you have shown. We appreciate all of the really fantastic messages that we've gotten on Facebook and that we've gotten on the WordPress blog. And while we were going to drive slowly in regards to asking for donations, we have to kind of up the ante at this point in time because I have to go down to Cincinnati permanently in just a couple of weeks. I have to be down there no later than October 16th. We are looking for a very big push in regards to financial support. We've had so many people come to us and tell us how sorry they are that we're going through this and how much they support us, and everybody wants to know what they can do. Um, Obviously, you can pray. Obviously, you can meditate on positivity and reality being, you know, easier to accept. And you can indeed make donations in regards to fighting for legacy. The donations that we're looking for, we're going to be using for the trip down to Cincinnati, and depending on how much we receive in donations, perhaps even putting some of those funds towards co-pays for his bills. We expect that these surgeries are going to cost quite a lot of money. It's still an expense to be going back and forth for D. Jones, as well as for me to be in a place separate than him. We still have to cover all of the bills here in Bowling Green, as well as, you know, what it's going to cost for me to be down there on my own for a little while. D. Jones will probably be coming down closer to the end of the month, so long as we don't give birth before then. And, you know, once he's not working, he's not working. So we definitely need as much fiscal support as possible. Uh, our hope is that Legacy makes it and gets to come home. But if he does not, clearly that's going to create another situation for us to be dealing with. And we will obviously cross that bridge when we come to it. But for those individuals who have been asking what they can do, that's what we need. We need your love. We need your support. We need your prayers. We need your positive thought. And we do need financial help to make sure that we are completely covered in going back and forth into Cincinnati on a permanent basis.
We are trying our best to stay positive as it gets closer and closer to the date, or knowing that this birth is going to happen. Uh, it's the reality starts to set in, and so it's it's difficult, but thanks to the love and support that we've been getting from so many people, it's definitely made it a lot easier than going through it on our own.
We love you guys, and we thank you for taking this journey with us. And please, please, if nothing else, if you have any questions about this condition, you know, if you need to contact us, contact us. But I'm telling you, www.cherubs, that's CHERUBS -CDH.org. cherubs-cdh.org. This website has so much comprehensive information about this condition, and it also has an opportunity for you to join an online petition so that we can get funding to research this condition. We had no idea about this condition, had never heard of it, no inkling, and it's so common. If nothing else, please take the time to log on to that website and get some information about CDH and what it means for legacy, um, what it means for families that have children with this condition. It can be very devastating, and these children can be a great joy as well. So it's important that you guys get informed, and feel free to get at us. Our doing this on the video blog tip does not mean that we don't want you to reach out to us. Undoubtedly, please do. Feel free to get in contact with D. Jones or myself via Facebook. Our phone numbers are, there if you need to contact us. We really don't want anyone to be in the dark about this, but we hope that the video blogs that we post will help to inform you of what it means for us, specifically, to be going through this journey. Anything else?
I think that's it for now.
Well, that's it for now. My son is presently kicking my belly profusely. I think he wants to be attended to. So I'm going to do that. And you guys just, stick by us. We need you. We appreciate you. We love you. And we thank you for watching.